Live life so that you create good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you radiate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you generate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so as to emanate good vibes. The good vibes. Spread the message of your life with good vibes. With good vibes. With good vibes. Welcome to the Good Vibes Podcast. Hey my friends, and welcome to this episode of the Good Vibes. I'm super excited that you are over here. Today we will continue on our journey of evolved learning. Evolved learning is when we learn from all the people in our lives and otherwise, all the things and experiences that we encounter. In general, we learn from life. So get pumped up now to feel alive.
Hey my friends, and welcome
The Good Vibe.
to the Good Vibes Podcast. We're here and there's some great news. The Good Vibes Podcast is India's, it's ranked number 30 in all-time podcasts on iTunes. Number 30. It's under 100 category, it's under the under 50 category. It's number 30. And it's like the sweet spot on the screen, like the first thing you go in top podcasts on, iTunes India, you see the Good Vibes over there. And that's something really, it's a milestone. It's a big achievement. And this is happening because of you listeners. And I'm really happy that you could be with me through this journey. And it hasn't happened in a single day. One podcast made it happen, the last podcast about fears with Sonali Verma. That was a big podcast that was a big podcast for the movement. But the fact that I was at it for 2 years was, I think, in fact, why it reached the top. So, we're at number 30 in all-time podcasts of iTunes, and we are at number 5 in all of education, the section of education. There we are at number 5. So, it was something to really soak in, and it feels surreal. Like, you see all these really great podcasters, you see Robin Sharma, you see Tom Bilyeu, you see Mind Valley, Tony Robbins, and I'm ahead of all these people. So this is like really astounding. Like, I'm ahead of most of these top people and their top famous podcasts. So it's a sight to see. It's really nice to feel. And as a podcaster, you always want your podcast out there. And I never thought it would happen like this. I was not prepared for it to happen. And the fact that I wasn't really working around the time when it happened, it boomed when I wasn't promoting it, was the surprise for me. I thought it would really boom and happen when I would be promoting it. But that wasn't the case. It happened when I wasn't promoting it, and so it's a special feeling, of course. So I would like to give a shout out to all my friends in India. You are the number one listeners, and this is happening because of you. And I'm on iTunes top featured podcast just because of you. Thank you so much. You're the world to me right now. If you're listening to this, I have deep regard and respect for you in whatever walk of life you are. You're doing great, and thank you for being here. And secondly, I would like to give a shout out to all the other folks in and around the world. I have quite a few listeners from USA, tuning in from USA, around 500 downloads from USA. I have 7 downloads from Rwanda. And I think around, I have downloads in France, in Spain, Greece, Saudi Arabia, and then Hong Kong, and Europe, Australia, Canada. I want to just, if you're tuning in from anywhere of these places in the world, thank you so much. You mean the world to me. I may not be able to contact you directly or connect to you directly or send you a link directly, but you found this podcast and you're tuning in and, growing with me. Thank you so much. Please reach out to me on Instagram @your_local_podcaster. My name is Tushar Shankar and I would love to interact with you there. Awesome. So, here's the Valentine's Day special episode. So, on Valentine's Day, you always do something special for your Valentine. So here's me doing something special for you. You are my Valentine today. You, dear listener, you who's tuned in to listen to this podcast episode, who has taken out the time in their day to be with me, to support me, to cheer me on, who's struggling in his own ways, in her own ways, but is trying to do his or her best for the world every single time. I am recording this podcast for you, and I wanted to hit you straight in the heart, and I want you to feel my love. And this doesn't, all barriers of all barriers of sexual orientation or gender or caste are removed now. This is just you and you. I want you to feel the love regardless. So I have something written. It's a special script which I wrote yesterday for this Valentine's Day special podcast, because I don't usually do scripts, but this time I've done a script because I want it to be impactful. I want it to be precise. I want it to be well laid out. And I want it to be, I want you to really feel it while I'm speaking. So it's going to be script, then a little talking, and then a script again. So in the end, there'll be a special exercise that you can try for yourself, for your Valentine, and make this Valentine's Day extra special. Superb. So here starts the small piece that I wrote for you. To my dear Valentine, my listener, wherever you are, whoever you are, no matter what your caste, creed, age and gender, no matter how much you have accomplished in life, your sexual orientation, financial status or educational qualification, no matter where you live, how you talk, how you look, or what you think of yourself, no matter how tall or short you are, how lean or stout you are, how comfortable with yourself you are, I want to remind you and let you know that you are capable and deserving of love. And I love you. Now you may feel that's the easiest thing to say in the world. Plus, I'm not even seeing you. I probably don't even know you. And that I might change my mind after I meet you. That may be true, since I'm human. But here's what I know. That regardless of whether you feel I mean it or not, you deserve love. And you deserve the purest and best form of love. Excuse me. You are enough. Yeah. So that was the short piece I wrote for you, reminding you that you deserve love. You are enough. And you have the ability to love. You are enough. you're capable and deserving of love. So many of us, have forgotten that we are capable of loving again. Maybe we got heartbroken sometime. Maybe we haven't experienced a deep connection with our closed ones for a long while. Maybe we just haven't been loving to ourselves, and we feel that that's the way life should go on. But in reality, we must know that we really deserve love, and we deserve it every time of the day. We deserve it. It's a loving energy that is in an abundance, and the only one closing the doors to that energy is you. So I hope that you realize that you have an abundance of this energy. You just have to let the gates of your heart open and let everyone in. Start the process of loving again. And here's one exercise that I would really recommend you to try out. So in this exercise, you can do this for your Valentine, or you can do this for yourself. It's a very basic and simple exercise. It just says, the exercise is all about just complimenting yourself or your Valentine. So in this case, I've kept myself as the Valentine. So I am my own Valentine, and I'm treating my Valentine as, okay, this guy who's the best version of myself, and I'm taking him out on a date, and I am complimenting him on the way. And I mean, visualizing this for you may be difficult, but I feel that it's something that we need, because I mean, we should be really comfortable on taking ourselves out. Like, being open about loving ourselves is the first step to loving others openly, if you get what I mean. So here's how I would compliment myself. And if you want to do this for your special one, maybe it could be whoever you choose as your Valentine for the day. Maybe your mother, maybe your boyfriend, maybe your girlfriend, maybe your grandmother. Whoever is your Valentine today, and you want to make them feel special today, this is going to really, really do it. Like, compliments that you truly mean are the biggest gift you can give someone. So here are 10 examples for my Valentine, which is my best self. So I'm taking my best self out on a date or on a stroll, and I'm really complimenting him because I love him so much. And he's the reason why all of this is happening, and I'm so comfortable speaking about all this. So here it goes. Dear Valentine, so I'm talking to myself, Tushar. I love the way you walk. You walk so confidently and elegantly. The flowers on the way turn towards you to see you. Now, this is like, exaggerating how much I love this person's walking style, and how the flowers turn towards him to kind of see, this is the guy who's walking over here. Like, damn. So, even if you're not able to imagine such things for yourself, you can use these, but I would recommend trying to make up your own, because they are not wrong. These are just, I made them up in one go. And whatever you make up is right. There's no wrong compliments here. You can compare yourself to anything. You can talk yourself to be anyone. So go ahead, test your creativity. Second one. Hey man, I love the way you talk. Such a sweet voice. You could mesmerize the whole world like this. The passion and energy you possess is so contagious. I love your boldness. The fact that you can encourage people to live better versions of themselves makes people feel stronger and helps them believe in themselves more. I love your personality. Oh man, isn't it the best character one has ever seen? Bubbling with joy, yet the aura of a calm-natured mind, it teaches one to really love themselves and live. I love the way you look. You look perfect, just the way you are. No additions, no subtractions. Perfect. You. Now this is something I would love you to use for yourself. I love the way you look. Now many people have this feeling, inferiority complex about the way they look. You're perfect the way you are. I mean, look at me. I'm not on some magazine cover yet, but I soon will be. I mean, all the superstars are, I mean, I'll make a new podcast for this, but I want you to realize that beauty is not everything. That's number one. And secondly, you are very beautiful. You were born just the way you were meant to be. And no one can replace those characteristics of you. No one can take away that. So start believing in your beauty and you'll find an inner glow coming out from within you. Right? Okay, let me cut myself. I love your drumming. It drives people crazy. You are a born superstar. I love the way you hold your sticks and maneuver your way around the drum. I love your patience and resilience. It's such a miracle. You pulled it so far considering all the challenges and setbacks you faced. You've come so far, Tushar. You're really, really strong. I love your focus and dedication. The fact that you immerse yourself in the task that you have taken up and push for excellence is such a great quality in you. I love you so much for that. I love your creativity, your funny ideas, drawings and jokes. I love your dressing style. You dress to impress. You look real handsome walking around like this. I love your thick, dark, black hair and eyes with a spark of hope and spirit of a revolution. Tushar, you were the one I was meant to be with. I am so glad I met you. So that's the episode in which I take myself out on a date. Also in the start, I thanked you for being my Valentines. I guess I had 2 Valentines. One were you, my listeners, whom I thanked and told you and reminded you that you're capable of loving and feeling love. And the second was me taking myself out on a date. And you can do that too. Compliment your loved ones and really mean it. And do that for yourself too. Write it down, speak it out to yourself in the mirror. And even if it doesn't feel natural, do it again. Do it till it feels natural. And you will see that you start feeling the good vibes. I'll meet you again next time. I hope you enjoyed this podcast.
Hey my friends, did you enjoy this podcast? If you did, do rate, review and subscribe to it on iTunes or whichever app or application you are using. And if you feel someone in your life needs to hear this message, don't think twice about sharing it. Or if you feel this inspires you to record one of your own podcasts, go ahead and spread the good vibes. Spread the message of your life with good vibes. With good vibes.